Incorporated, situated on a 36-acre landscape tract located on the outskirts of Houston, Texas. A fountainhead of ideas in modern design, where interiors for retail establishments of all kinds are conceived and fabricated for the comfort and convenience of shoppers, and for efficiency and beauty demanded by men of vision who build the great stores of the nation. Before we take you on a tour of this wonderland of industry, let's turn the calendar back a few years to the so-called good old days, when the modern trains of the day were just beginning their first cross-country runs. The first auto created more talk than your next-door neighbor. A ride in the park would mean hitching old Dobbin to the shay, and telephones were a news source for everyone along the line. Yes, these would attract attention on your main street today as heirlooms of the past, almost forgotten. But perhaps you can remember your favorite store of the good old days. It probably looks something like this: dull and shabby fixtures, rickety ladders to reach out of the way stock, narrow, crowded aisles, and merchandise helter-skelter. When you bought something in this horse and buggy department store, the little money trolleys would scoot away to the accounting roosts and back again before you received your change and went on your way. Our story actually begins in the good old days, when men of vision were dreaming dreams of great merchandising marts, where shopping could be an inviting, relaxing experience. It is the story of fabulous and solid realization of faith in the future of a nation. A story of free enterprise at its American best. Founded on the theory that a fixture manufacturing company should have creative ability, Brochsteins has always sought to combine fresh, vigorous originality with good taste, keyed to basic and thorough knowledge of practical merchandising problems. Retail establishments all over America are more attractive, more efficient, more comfortable because of this practical planning in the manufacture of fixtures and complete interiors, making dreams come true, whether large or small, in a quiet village or a teeming metropolis. Craftsmanship and attention to detail are the elements of success in putting dreams on drawing boards. The story behind the creation of interiors is a romantic saga of woods from faraway lands, inspired designing, gifted craftsmanship. Such is the story behind the creation of Sakowitz Brothers' magnificent $8 million store in Houston, now recognized as America's most beautiful specialty store. First, as in all things, comes the planning and the order to Brochsteins. We want our store to set a new standard for beauty and service in the field of retail merchandising. From that point, designer and merchant began touring the nation, comparing their ideas with modern innovations in stores all over the country. Slowly, yet surely, creative talents developed through years of experience begin to flow from the pens of master designers to the drawing boards. As the actual construction of the new Sakowitz building moves forward at a rapid pace, interior designers are making selections of fabulous woods, tile, carpeting, colors, selecting with infinite care for the ultimate transformation of this monument of steel and marble into an exciting adventure in modern merchandising. Through contacts established over the years with suppliers, orders go out to the far corners of the world for rare, exotic woods and other materials that are to be part of this great new store. From this bird's eye view, we see Brochsteins' 100,000 square feet of working space. And a breakdown of this shows the veneer department with 21,600 square feet of floor space. The fixture manufacturing department with 38,000 square feet of floor space. the finishing department with 12,300 square feet, receiving and shipping department with 7,200 square feet, and raw material building with 7,200 square feet. Here is the designing department in action. It is their job to create interiors, plan each floor for practical space utilization, visual beauty, and shopping comfort. While the designing department completes their sketches, the engineering department works on detailed drawings and specifications. Many miles away, sturdy lumberjacks are nursing hand-picked logs on their way to sawmills for processing into veneer. Logs are ripped up in the mills by a high-speed band saw, getting ready for the fascinating veneering process. With the logs securely fastened in the machinery, sharp knives slice them into sheets of veneer. This log is being sliced as it rotates, giving a different grain to the veneer. 31 different types of wood are used, each selected for a particular role in the creation of this new store. This giant master catalog contains samples of all veneer in stock and shows the footage on hand. Thus, a client may select a particular veneer from one of the world's largest stocks. Each shipment of veneer is carefully stored in this rack and ready for use on a moment's notice. Down comes a crate of veneer, and when unpacked, it yields the exact type and grain desired for the interior. The delicate job of matching intricate wood grains begins. Matching finely grained woods is an art, a skilled job reserved for master artisans, trained to use modern machinery. A jointer forms a perfect edge on the veneer, so perfect that when matched together, only a trained eye can detect the joints. Once the grains have been matched, the veneer is carefully trimmed to the desired size. Another machine applies glue to the edge of the veneer. The third machine glues it into a single perfect sheet, completing a pattern only nature itself could produce. Now the matched veneer is ready for gluing to the core. The glue machine is filled with a completely waterproof glue. The veneer is coated with the glue preparation, evenly, smoothly. And then carefully placed into position on the core and covered with a protective mat. Then the clamps rotate, adding pressure, thus ensuring perfect adhesion to the core. For added strength and protection against warping, woods are cross-grained and angled, making fixtures of permanent quality and durability. From this dry kiln, with a capacity of 2 carloads of lumber, rolls an endless flow of selected woods to form the cores for hundreds of fixtures. A careful check of valves and meters reveals to the operator that the lumber has been dried to meet the woodworker's rigid requirements. Now the tempo of the manufacturing department accelerates into a symphony of men and machines as they transform designs into substance. As the lumber comes in from the dry kiln, it is cut to predetermined sizes. Then to the jointer, squaring the edges. And now the planer takes over. In the machine shop at Brochsteins, we find every modern woodworking device capable of changing raw woods into breathtaking shapes. Thorough, skillful handling by a staff of experienced craftsmen, many of whom come from families whose woodworking skills have been passed down from one generation to the next. The result? exquisitely finished miters and joints, virtually invisible. As fixtures begin to take form and shape, hundreds of clamps and gallons of waterproof glue are used to join sections. Without the use of wood screws wherever practicable. And when wood screws are used, they are hidden from view, but give the fixture added strength. Each section requires a high polish. And to protect the intricate designs, sanding must be done by hand. Thousands of sheets of sandpaper are used, producing a mirror-like finish. In other sections of the plant, component parts of additional fixtures are in production. Lucite and plastics are used for decorative effects. Glass department technicians cut, mold, and fit plate glass to the fixtures. Each piece is carefully selected so that no flaw or wave can distort the customer's view of merchandise. Lighting fixtures. Fluorescent or incandescent tubing is installed to provide the proper degree of illumination. Delicate hand-carved moldings and decorative pieces, so much in evidence in this new store, are skillfully hand-tooled by an artisan whose work has been acclaimed in this country and abroad. Rarely used in this era of modern design, hand carving was employed in this instance to produce fixtures in keeping with the modified Regency period motif of certain departments. Nothing is left to guesswork. Entire wall sections are assembled in the plant and checked in every detail to be sure that specifications are met and that they will fit perfectly once assembled in the store. This procedure is followed in the manufacture of every article, regardless of size. Now the finishing department takes over for the final step. Here, lacquers, stains, and carefully blended colors are applied to the fixtures. Some woods must be bleached. This is done with an acid which brings out the grain and natural beauty of living wood. Then a filler is applied with a brush. After a careful check by the shop foreman, and each piece is found to be letter perfect, it is then ready for the final coats of lacquer applied by a mechanical sprayer. And hundreds of merchandise drawers receive their final coating. This piece receives one of the vivid colors that will add gaiety to the children's toy department. Yes, after thousands of man-hours of labor, a few of the finished products pass in review. Wood, which has been bent and fabricated into every conceivable shape. Perfection in precision manufacturing. A tribute to man's ingenuity. Carefully packed in trucks, the job of transporting fixtures and wall sections begins. On the Sakowitz job, a total of 177 van and truck loads travel a total of 2,832 miles in moving fixtures from manufacturing plant to installation site. close collaboration between architect and interior designer resulted in skillful blending of this magnificent marble exterior of contemporary classic design, and an interior of tasteful elegance and simplicity. Combined, they represent the fabulous realization of a long-cherished belief that a store's physical aspects should be keyed to the needs of today's living. Upon entering the store, a breathtaking panorama of specialty shops radiates from the fabulous oval. The glitter of gold and crystal from this Brochstein custom-designed chandelier lights the way to main floor shops, each a jewel in itself. Throughout the store, each department is designed as a specialty shop. In aisles and islands devoted to women's accessories, Abodire wood from the Ivory Coast of Africa, finished in a buff tone, is used in the fixtures. Among the details which bring ohs and ahs from the feminine contingent are such items as disappearing counter mirrors which may be raised, lowered, or turned to suit the customer, and disappearing stools for the comfort of employees. Dominating the first floor is this mural depicting the four seasons. The linen shop has fixtures fashioned from native pecan, a wood also employed in the street floor silver shop. The satiny ripple of rare Tomo wood from Japan and Korea graces the gift shop fixtures with a pearly luster, while in the room of rare jewels, bleached and lacquered Alps burl from Switzerland forms a jewel setting for a superb collection of precious stones. Turquoise blue carpet and a Chinese theme of decor adds to the glamour of this shop and its priceless properties. The men's shops on the main floor are distinctly masculine, with fixtures wrought from Guanacassel wood, imported from Central America. An unusual feature is this wall of hats on pegs, displayed according to size, snapped and creased, ready to wear. Sometimes a tree develops a freak grain, and it is from these freaks that the most interesting designs in wood may be developed, such as these fixtures of West African Pau Deo wood in the men's sportswear department. In the men's shoe department, Pau Deo is continued as a dominant fixture wood, harmonizing this time with apple green carpeting and a Scotch mist ceiling. And for the display on the wall, a carefully selected skin from an unborn calf provides an interesting background. Laced wood from Australia furnishes the material for customers' accommodation desk and cashier's booth, where a pneumatic tube is conveniently located to speed your sales slip to the accounting department and back again. Patrons have their choice of vertical transportation, either by free flow escalators or stainless steel elevators located side by side. The escalators, bathed in fluorescent light, are virtually stairways to the stars. Sumptuousness is the keynote of this floor. Every view from the entrance of the escalators or elevators is a thrilling adventure in artistic coloring, rare woods, masterful wood carving, fine draperies, a custom-designed chandelier twining around a column, apparel wings spread from the central oval, flowing gracefully into separate departments without losing the element of spaciousness. The dress department fixtures are designed to make shopping a pleasure. Gray orchid combines with rose beige carpet and Grecian modern fixtures of Avodere wood to make the millinery salon an arresting example of the designer's art. Individual fitting tables assist Milady in her choice of chapeau. Alps burl is one of the exquisite woods used in the fixtures on this floor. Hand-carved woodwork, hammered silver satin draperies grace the fur salon. In this department, as well as all others, merchandise is stored in spacious stock rooms immediately adjacent to each department. And for fittings, there's a backstage battery of 51 individual rooms on this floor alone, assuring privacy to each patron. This hand-painted tropical mural, framed in Pecky cypress, sets the color pace for the casual shoe corner in the woman's shoe salon. And the bridal salon, with its huge boudoir-sized fitting rooms, are equally impressive in decor and mirrored loveliness. Daylight plays an important part in adding natural loveliness to the store. And now as we ride the escalators to another floor, we find distinctive luggage smartly displayed against a backdrop of imported Guanacassel wood from Central America. Tea rose, pink walls, and rose carpets give an immediate feminine touch to the girls' department, where merchandise is grouped according to size. Gay, colorful murals establish the mood for the children's shoe department. Clever innovations created for the comfort and entertainment of tots are featured here, where children enjoy the aquarium. In this corner, gay colors are used for the toy department and Tom Thumb movie theater, a plate glass bird cage, and a trick-or-treat bar are other delights for the youngsters. The spacious men's clothing departments, designed for shopping ease, decorated to please masculine taste. In the famous red coach room, as distinguished as its name, typically Old English, and richly paneled in navy oak, disappearing wall sections are used to display fine imported woolens, from which a man may select materials for custom-tailored suits and coats. And so to another floor. A dramatic foyer introduces a range of exciting shops. The Coronet Shop, an intimate nook for fine sportswear, fixtured in harmonizing panels of Lorac wood from far-off New Guinea. Teenagers have their own rendezvous with Dame Fashion under this gay mural depicting the capers of the campus sets, with merchandise ranging from pajamas to evening dresses. Giant scissors and a threaded needle form a dramatic entrance to the Golden Thimble. On Sakowitz's 5th floor is one of Houston's most attractive restaurants, the Sky Terrace. Here, in a Gulf Coast colonial setting, the busy shopper takes time to relax for luncheon or afternoon tea, takes time to admire the lovely fountain, carved from Italian marble, and lifelike tree which form a natural setting for fashion shows. The Sky Terrace, truly a top achievement in design, in a store which has earned the title America's Most Beautiful Store. Yes, in this, America's Most Beautiful Store, a masterpiece has been produced. A masterpiece setting new standards for creative craftsmanship in design and fabrication. Whether the task involves a huge capital investment or a budget of modest proportions, this woodworking wonderland, this wonderland of designing genius and industrial perfection is geared to perform an outstanding job. The firm's experience in planning, designing, engineering, and building fixtures ranges from small specialty shops to modern banks, hotels, educational institutions, and public buildings. Every contract, regardless of size, is given the attention of specialists. Specialists who take pride in their individual contributions to the building of new landmarks of distinction on the thoroughfares of this wondrous land of opportunity.